Imagine that, a violin video, and you might not be able to hear it all, but that's because there's another member of the household that's not feeling so great, so she's in bed and I'm playing this electric violin, not plugged in, with a mute on it. Now this is the one that I typically use when I'm in a festival band. We play festivals, right? And this is basically humidity proof, but done with the weird violins. So this one is going to be mostly just a practice violin, a silent violin, going acoustic. You get another pickup. I've got one on my acoustic mandolin I use, A/B pedal switch between the two instruments. Going to go acoustic. And so I can sit here practice away. Not a bad little unit. You might recognize that song, but here in lies the transformation of me. Is that this is a 2007, a beautiful acoustic instrument. Look at that figuring, great varnish. Although years of playing, again 2007, I bought it used in 2008, the varnish is kind of munged up a little bit, but that's good. Shows that it's been played. This is a more or less honest violin, and that's what I mean is that it says Carlo Lamberti, Master Series, handcrafted in China, exclusively for Shar Instruments. And again, gorgeous. You can see, I don't know where they sourced the wood, but nice fine grained spruce, nice maple. It even sounds good with 6-year-old strings. These strings are 6 years old. I haven't changed them in 6 years old, and the quality of this violin shows through. Boxwood details, heart style pegs, a hill style, all boxwood, tailpiece, and this is ironic, a Guarneri style chin rest. Well, dude, when Guarneris were making instruments in the 1700s, they didn't have chin rests. So why is it called a Guarneri style chin rest? I don't know. Nice purfling along the edges. That's what these strips that are inlaid there reinforce the edges. See, they kind of hang out in space, keeps things from chipping. Beautifully made corners. Nice dark sound. Trust me, it sounds even better with new strings. But the deal is, just like my old Gibson mandolin, I like to know the provenance, is that the word? If you watch the Antique Roadshow, of an instrument. I want to know that I've got some connection to the makers, and I don't have a clue. Was this made in a small shop? Was one person working on this from start to finish? They could pass it off to like a master varnisher. I don't know. Was it made in a factory? Who knows? Were there other manufacturers in that Beijing factory? That's the Carlo Lambertis. Those are this whatever. You know what I mean, Jelly Bean? I want to have a violin where I know it was like the old dudes in their aprons working at a bench. And I'll give up a little bit of tone for that. I'm a weird old man now. And so I probably will wind up selling this. You know, beautiful violin, for all intents and purposes. I should be completely ecstatic to own it. And I am for the past whatever years, you know, it's great violin, but now that I'm an old codger looking towards retirement, my whole scheme has changed. And I'm looking at, actually I'm going to put that down here. Gravity isn't always our friend. Looking at eBay. If you watched my last video, you know I was bidding on a violin. I lost it. I should have bid in the last 2 seconds. I would have owned that violin if I bid in the last 2 seconds. Made in Saxony region of Germany, which Saxony circled Germany. It was on the outskirts of Germany. This was on where the modern Czech border is. Lost it. Because in my bidding in the last 8 seconds, a lot can happen in 8 seconds. I should have figured people were going to try to outbid me, right? So if I didn't bid enough, I would have lost it. Obviously, I didn't bid enough. I lost it. I should have risked bidding in the last second and a half. And then I wouldn't have seen my bid. I'm winning. I'm winning. Oh, crap. Lost. So, found a second one. Richard. I don't know how you pronounce it in, Deutsch. Richard Garris. And it's on eBay, same store as the previous one. Beautiful. Probably more beautiful than the last one. And Gareis, G-A-R-E-I-S. Richard's regular spelling. If you go to YouTube, which you're on right now, you can actually see Richard Gareis violins being played. It's a well-known enough person, so they're being paid. Well, I'm going to bed in the last second and a half. I know somebody's going to be able to outbid me, so I have to be cagey. Question for you, and I'm talking kind of quietly because I don't want to make too much noise here. Question for you. When you bid on eBay, how do you do it? I mean, this violin had a long auction. You can do it for a certain number of days or a longer period of days. This one is on a long auction. And you can see it on eBay. Please don't overbid me. Richard Gareis, G-A-R-E-I-S violin. And you'll see, this thing is amazing. And it's a good store. I trust the guy. People are already bidding. There's 6 more days to go, and people are bidding on it. I don't see the strategy in that whatsoever. I can see if the seller had friends, and I'm not accusing him of doing this, wanted to bid it up and get some excitement going, but is there any strategic benefit in bidding 5 days before it closes? I don't see it. I think everything should happen in the last minute. If you want to get something at the lowest possible price and still wind up getting it and not get people into this whole fever. I got to have it so it goes beyond its worth. That is all. And another thing, in for a penny, in for a pound, instead of variations, instead of just single note, and the same with that one. Hook, kind of a shuffle. Alright, that's all.